Na-transmit na po ba sa Office of the President?
Yeah, it's ready for, I think Wednesday. Wednesday na ata yung signing po.
Thank you, sir.
So, that's what a future day certain. In fact, gusto na niya, I think he could have even signed it before he left. But I think piniprint pa.
May printing.
May printing mga requirements, di ba? Ang daming kopya kailangan. But other than that, it's ready to go.
Wednesday, sir.
Yes, madam. Yes.
So far, sir, wala na siyang question sa nilalaman ng budget. Okay na sa kanya.
Sir, so no vetoes. No vetoes.
We're not anticipating any. Sumusunod lang naman kami sa mga parameters, and we've been working closely naman with OP and all the departments. So.
Okay, si Pangulo with the deletion of confidential funds from civilian agencies.
I think so because both houses agreed upon it. In fact, the heads of the departments agreed to it naman. They voluntarily withdrew it. And the president is of that mind that as much as possible to minimize the CIFs and the civilian departments or agencies and another focus where it's best suited due to some of the security issues, defense, and the Coast Guard, that's what you can see.
Yeah, so we with the additional budget for Coast Guard, sir.
Yes. And kanina, nasabi na kanina, di ba, may I'm sure some of you were there. Remember we were talking about the Maharlika Sovereign Wealth Fund? Well, we told him that, yes, he knows, as you all know, the Maharlika is already established. It's being organized, it will be fully organized by the year's end. In fact, Pinas, I will go to the World Economic Forum in Davos. I'll ask the CEO of the Maharlika to go to Davos to meet with the other fund managers. But over here, I told the JBIC chairman that it's been formed. And as I committed to the senators when we were trying to sell the Maharlika, the Sovereign Wealth Fund, to the senators, because at first they were a bit reluctant that once formed, I would make a recommendation to the Maharlika Investment Corporation, the CEO, that why don't we invest into power? Why don't we invest into the grid? Actually, I just made that suggestion, recommendation to Mr. Joel Cosin, and he seemed quite open to the idea. And even further to that, obviously, if he would want to invest into other issues like Meralco, that is also all about power, because the issue that besets the country are the high power rates. Yung kuryente talagang mataas talaga. And it's not only a bane to the locals, to all of us, the consumers, but even for investors, di ba? Parati sasabihin, mahal yung kuryente sa Pilipinas, kaya pag magtatayo na tayong public dyan. So that is music to the ears of the JBIC chairman, because sabi daw niya, kung gano'n ang investment outlets ng Maharlika, yung sinabi niya last year, tutuloy talaga niya that they will continue with their pledge to $2 to $3 billion worth of investments into Maharlika for the power sector, particularly the renewables. Alongside that, I also told him that why don't we consider, and I told Joel Consider, we were also considering investing into these large infrastructure projects like the Magat Dam rehabilitation and the downstream. We've already provided funding in the budget, in the national budget on the Tomawini. This will actually rehabilitate the original Magat Dam that was done almost 50 years ago, and it converted the region to Isabela Cagayan, Hakasin Cagayan River, into one of the most fertile and maybe into a granary and number one in corn. But Magat now is due for rehabilitation that will cost close to almost 80 billion pesos. No? Sabi ni CEO, si Joel Consing, na pwede din niya pasukan basta meron mga local counterparts like the group of MVP, the group of RSA. So these people are into power and also into food agriculture. Yung sinabi ko dito sa JBIC, nagugustuhan talaga. So we're all on the right track, we're all doing the right things. And these are the people who are telling us that we do these investments, they support. So the president actually even brought it up to Prime Minister Kishida, among other things. No? So open naman talaga sila.
Sir, anong company po yan ang gusto mag-invest sa power sector?
JBIC. Oh, the JB, the JB. It's the equivalent to the central bank, to the BSP. So that's what I mentioned. Remember last year I couldn't really say it because the president confirmed that even prior to his visit, because he was invited to go to Japan, the Japan president has committed on the long-term arrangement vis-a-vis rice because we get the bulk of our imported rice from Vietnam. So, pag-uusapan yan. Prior to his visit to Vietnam, a team from the Department of Agriculture of Secretary Kiki Laurel will visit Vietnam as a working group. So, pagdating ng presidente doon, kumbaga, plansyado na yung mga arrangements and agreements based on the needs of the country. Because as you know, the drought, is still on and the prices of rice are still keep on spiking. Another proposition that we were talking about downstairs, that's why these things are nice, may mga sidebar. So, Han Manet, the son of Hun Sen, who's now the head of state of Cambodia, is like reminding us, remember that you're talking to Vietnam, but Vietnam and Thailand get all their palay from us. Why don't you consider setting up in Cambodia na lang? Magtayo ka na lang ng rice mill na lang dyan. Huwag ka na bumili dyan sa Vietnam. Tayo ka na lang dyan sa giling mo na lang yung palay natin at dahil mo sa Pilipinas, huwag ka naman dumaan, mas may middleman pa. So those are other options to look at. So, food security is very important to the president, although wala na sa portfolio niya. That's foremost in his mind kasi alam mo naman lahat ng mga issue sa Maynila bigas, mataas yung presyo ng bigas, commodities, diba, inflation. Wala talaga tayo magagawa kasi even, while this president said he wants 20 pesos per kilo, of course the secretary now says that's aspirational kasi even the rice producers now are selling way above 20, diba? Yung imported. Kaya talagang mahihirapan talaga to achieve that. But the government is it's not beyond the government to continue finding a way to even partially subsidize making halo fertilizer in the water. So you can now take advantage of the hybrid rice, hybrid seeds, and very efficiently pinpoint what type of fertilizer, where the right fertilizer to the right seeds, diba? So you can then increase the output per hectare. You can increase the tonnage per hectare. So that's all being done. So we have the subsidies that will still be there. We have our card program, our cash assistance, rice distribution. So we're supplementing through the DSWD the ayuda for those persons in need. By the way, we have now a new program. I think we're trying to cast a wider net. Those are for the poorest of the poor. We're trying to cast a wider net for the near poor, yung next level. So we're going to try to capture up to 15 million families. So that's 60% of the population already. Kasi, di ba, yung sa AIC, sa DSW, poorest of the poor yan. But there are a lot, the near poor are those who are very much affected pag may bagyo, di ba? Pag may mga kalamidad, or, some shocks, di ba? In the economy, like inflation. So that's what this new 2024 budget is taking into account. We're trying to cast a wider net. So even with our card, I think you've heard of the Bang Pilipinas Servicio. We're going to try to increase the number of beneficiaries by redefining the beneficiary basket. So hindi lang tayo sa poor, pero miski isama din natin yung near poor. Na parang parating sa boundary, parating they get affected right away pag may bagyo o kalamidad.